Good evening, teachers.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening to everyone. Let everyone join and then we'll start. Kindly mute yourself. You can unmute yourself as well. You have that right. When we do teacher activity, you can unmute and you can give your responses. So let everyone join and then we'll start. Great. Dear teachers, I'm putting important links in the chat box. So kindly go through the chat box as well. I'm sharing important links in the chat box. I hope the chat box is visible to everyone. Important information is there in the chat box. You can go through that. Before we start the session, I just want to tell you that the certificate generation will be by AIEF only. So you need to go to the group description and you can get the link from there. I hope it is clear to everyone. You can give your reaction. You can give thumbs up by the reaction which you have in your Zoom app. So gradually teachers are joining. Okay, great. Lovely. So a good number of teachers we have today, and the topic is also very general topic, very obvious topic, but yes, sometimes we need to discuss about such topics as well, isn't it, teachers? We are nowadays more emphasizing on art integrated learning, but in previous years, or like say in previous times, we were very much into the rote learning also. So the idea behind is that we need to compare both, and we need to understand that whether we are into the art integrated learning only, or we can go for the rote learning as well. So this is a question which is coming in the mind, and questions should also be answered, otherwise we won't be able to understand that why this question is here or what should I supposed to do. We kindergarten teachers, early years, foundation years teachers, we are so innovative, and we open with open arms, we welcome each and every pedagogy and content, isn't it, teachers? So the idea is that we need to understand the need of the time, and it is not always that we have to follow certain designed things only which are there in the time. We have to do the deviations. I always talk about it that in kindergarten we need to do deviations as per the need of the children, because we have children like five fingers in our early years. So the idea is today that we need to talk about both of them, and we are looking into what is actually they have. And there is one interesting teacher activity also, so that we can do collaborative learning. I always believe in interaction with the teachers, and sharing their point of view is again important, what you are basically thinking for that particular topic. So now I believe everyone has joined, and it is already time up, so we need to go for it. I hope the screen is visible to you, teachers. You can give me reaction. I hope it is visible. Great. So few important links are there for you in the chat box. you can go for that as well. And besides that, I'm going to start now. So my idea for today's session is art integrated learning versus rote learning. Nowadays, we are very much into this topic, art integrated, and we are putting emphasis that we need to design the curriculums, or we need to, do changes in the curriculums, that everything should be art integrated. We are actually rushing for one thing only, because we need to understand the need of the children first. We actually looking forward for giving shape to those who are coming from the lap of the mother to us. So here we will look forward what is the advantage, what is the disadvantage, particularly for foundation years. So, art integrated learning is first of all putting emphasis on creativity enhancements. When we talk about creativity, it is a very elaborated and a very big word. But yes, when we start in early years, in foundation years, our children get, prone to such words, isn't it? They don't know about this word, or there are some parents, there are, you know, mentors at home who are giving shape to the children in this field also. They give critical thinking at home, and they help their children rather watching the screen all the time. They give activities to the children at home. So in that case, we are making the children more smarter. So creativity is actually the very first step of ladder for art integrated learning. This is what in nutshell we do. That is, can be by drawing, painting, crafting. Children can express themselves freely, fostering their creative thinking. So here what I want to put emphasis on is that drawing, painting and crafting, that we were used to do in our previous days as well, previous years as well, when this art integrated learning was not there. But the point is that you can make the children do themselves freely, expressing themselves freely, fostering themselves. That is what the important point is. Every time instructional based learning won't work. We need to give the instruction. Definitely they don't understand what they have to do, what is their learning, and what is our learning objective. So we just give instruction, not one in one but as a whole, and that will be a limited instruction which we give to the children. After that, give them space, give them time to understand what else they can do with that particular resource, and with their own critical thinking. That is what the main idea is. Not every time saying, okay, hold the brush like this, do like this, paint like this. No. We are giving these activities to make the children free and express themselves. That is what the reason behind this art integrated learning. Yes, teacher, it is mainly for the foundation years. I've designed it for foundation years. So the idea behind is creativity enhancement for the children who are in foundation years. We need to understand that we are not just only giving them instruction, but we are making them free also. Now the question rises that it is not possible to make the child everyone doing freely. Yes, it is not possible. We are thinking for the teachers also, teacher centric models are there. That is why I always prefer differential learning. Divide them in groups. The moment you will divide them in groups, you can easily accomplish your goals. You can easily go for deviations in the classroom. You can easily give them that much of space because they are scattered in different groups, rather than giving the wholesome activity to all the children in the classroom. So the idea is give them that expression, free expression, and fostering their creativity. Creativity we do previously also. But the idea here is to enhance and express that creativity. Now comes is the holistic development. Now, teachers, my question is, when art integrated learning was not there, don't you think so that this holistic development was there in those days as well? What do you think? Quickly come to the chat box. Make it more interactive. What do you think? Previously, when we were not having this art integrated learning, at that time, holistic development was not there. Yes, it was. Few teachers are giving me the reply. Holistic development was there or not? We were putting efforts for learning of the child, we were putting efforts on fine motor skills, social skill, but it was not that much elaborated, or you can say it was not so much in theoretical format in the curriculum. Nowadays, when we see the curriculums of the school, they make a complete booklet on their curriculum because it is in a complete theoretical format, isn't it? I hope you agreed with it. That previously it was there, but nowadays it is more elaborative. We are putting it into papers. That is what the difference. And we are more focused on, these worksheets and everything. Previously also it was there, but yes, using those words, fine motor skills, emotional intelligence, social skills, academic learning, life skills, all these things were previous also, but yes, nowadays it is more elaborated. And that is what we are banging the door of holistic development, that nowadays we are doing holistic development of the children. But yes, art integrated learning is giving that space to understand what is cognitive, what is fine motor, what is gross motor. There are still teachers who are in their beginning years of this career, basically teaching career, who do not understand the meaning of cognitive. I hope you all are agreed. That is what is learning about. That we need to understand what is the complete psychology, what is the complete understanding behind that particular word, and then only we can implement that particular skill better in the classroom. Now let's go for the next one, that is long-term retention. What do you mean by the word retention? Everyone. Yes, teachers, contribute. I don't know the meaning. What is the meaning of retention? What do you feel? We all are innovative teachers here. What do you feel? What is retention? Retain. The word retain. Retention.
To withhold.
Yes. To hold. Always
Ma'am,
keep in mind. Last longer. Keep in memory.
Yes. How long?
Great. Ability to retain. Very good. So teachers are contributing. Lovely. Remembering something for a longer period of time. Well elaborated. Good one. Keeping in the memory. Yes. Thank you, teachers. Thank you for your response. So the idea is concept learn through artistic activities are often better retained in their memory. So here, which model I am talking about? Anyone? We all genius teachers are here. Come on, which model I am talking about? If I am understanding by artistic activities and it is more retained by me, what do you think? Which model I am talking about? Any teacher, which model? There are so many pedagogies and learning models are there, and I more often talk about that model. What do you feel? Which model we are talking about? We are talking about kinesthetic learning. WAC model we are talking about. When we do activities, artistic activities, hands-on learning, often be better retained in the memory. When I read the recipe from a book and when I go into the kitchen and cook that recipe, makes a difference, isn't it? So when I do, I learn more. And what our Diksha portal, as per CBSE, is saying that you can use the strategy in the classroom, that is I do, we do. The moment I do, then my children will all together do. That is what I do, we do. So these are small pedagogies we can implement in the classroom. We can go for different new learnings on all the portals, and we can sum up and use them. So long term retention is definitely can be a part of art integrated learning, because it is actually supporting the kinesthetic learners. Now again, one question is coming in my mind. What do you think? Is it like experiential learning or kinesthetic learning is more often visible in the classroom in foundation years, or you can see visual learners and auditory learners more often in your class? What do you feel, teachers? Do you have more visual learners or auditory learners in the class, or only kinesthetic learners? What do you think? How much you know about your children in the classroom? Yes, teachers. What kind of learners you have in your class? 50-50. Okay. Visual learners. Okay. Visual. Kinesthetic more. Mixed learners. Okay. Visual. Mixed. Okay. So again, my question is, if visual learners are there, then how they are understanding? Are they not auditory? They just look at the picture and they understand. Are they listening to you as well? How come it is possible that only visual learner is there? They see the picture and somewhat they are listening from you as well. That is what auditory. Then only we can say, okay, visual learning goes much easy. Mixed, but more visual and auditory. Okay, okay, great. So thank you so much for your response in the chat box. Now the idea is visual learners and auditory learners, they go hand in hand. When we do case studies, we come to know that visual learner is actually watching something, and when that movie is moving on the screen and there is no audio, they will relate less. The moment you stop the audio of that cartoon or that video, they will show distraction, they will show disconnect. This is what your understanding is when you are playing a video on the screen, and when your audio is not audible to the children, in that case they will show disconnect. Now let's see for this one also. What I have done, I muted myself and only my picture was visible, and you people think what is going on. So that auditory learning is actually going hand in hand with the visual learning. I hope you are getting my point, and I hope you are convinced with this, that the moment you do screen watching in the classroom, then they will get distracted, isn't it? The moment you stop that audio, right? So auditory learning and visual learning go hand in hand. But yes, there are parents who are not actually making the children visual learners and auditory learners. They want their children to get engaged. That is what your art integration is doing. Rote learning is there in the visual, rote learning is having visual learners and auditory learners, but rote learning is actually not helping the kinesthetic learners. So the idea is that your art integration is actually helping the kinesthetic learners. And trust me, teachers, kinesthetic learners are the best learners because they will have a long term retention. Whatever they do, it will retained in their mind by those small episodes of activities which they do in the classroom. But again, my idea is your activities should make them express rather than just giving the instruction every time. We are in a format of Indian schools where we are not helping the children to express themselves freely. I hope you all are agreed with this. We are in a set format. We have 40 minutes for that particular activity and we move for a rush. We always watch for the time in the classroom, that this is the time I have given. and I need to finish it in this particular time only. And I will make the children finish in this particular time, whatever the learning is. Again, I admit it. I am also living in India, so I admit with this. But yes, for that, we can help the children to learn better by reinforcement. I don't know how you are designing your lesson plans, but I always share the lesson plans where you can design few sessions for reinforcement, that whatever is left according to that particular topic, or if any child was in a doubt related to that particular topic, will retain better in that reinforcement session. So if you have 5 days in a week, make sure that we can take one day, that is Friday, the last day of the week, as a reinforcement day. We always emphasize on this reinforcement because your Bloom's taxonomy also says do recall, isn't it? So do recall, make Friday as a day where you will recall all the activities which you have done, that entire week, and children will give you beautiful and fruitful results. They will learn something rather than just mugging up and doing those activities and filling the classroom. No, and don't look for the expertise from the children. If there will be a messy work, na, that is actually the work of the child. If it is a very clean work, I don't know why, the coordinators and the principals, they are just looking forward for a very clean and neat and work. No, if the children are doing that work, na, that is the actual work which is done messy, and definitely with gradual journey from 1 month to next month and then upcoming month, then they will see the difference. The very first month, when you are teaching them, when you are telling them, when you are helping them with that particular thing, they will do messy. But yes, with gradual journey, then you can say, now my child is learning and now my child is doing beautiful work. Again, I want to add here that exceeding learners are there, excelling children are there who do neat and clean work in a very first course. No harm. Make them sit with the peer group who are able to do the influential learning, because we always believe in it, isn't it, teachers? So give them scope to sit with those who do not understand, who are just coming from the lap of the mother and who had not got any such kind of exposure at home in their family. So in that case, they will learn better, they will show you fruitful results what you are looking forward. But don't rush for the activities. A learning pyramid is here in front of you, where we can see how it is going on. Slow retention, gradual process. Don't expect that in one go my child will learn the shape circle. No, it will take a complete journey, right? Retention takes time. Slowly, it will give retention to the child. The child will retain your concept. And the moment they'll understand the way you are teaching them, they will learn better. So long-term retention is having a very important role in the art integrated learning. Next is engagement. Art integrated learning is actually making the children get engaged. So nowadays we have the children who are special as well. Special in the sense they have some minute learning disabilities. So in that case, we teachers in early years, we have to give them scope in the classroom also. Though special educators are there in the schools, but yes, we are also dealing with them, isn't it? I hope you all are agreed. So in that case, we need to design such engagement, isn't it? Higher level of participation activities and motivation for the children. How they get motivated, teachers? What do you think? If there will be more engagement, how they will get motivated? My question is this. Can anyone help me? How they will get motivated? Yes, teachers. If they are more engaged, how they will feel motivated? Okay. So the idea is when, okay, by doing activities, true, very true, they feel confident. Yes, they are doing something from their own hands. It increases their curiosity. Great. They see their peer group. Yes. When one is not able to do, the other one is able to do. They see their peer group. They feel confident. They feel how I should supposed to do this, and they will do. And it will increase their motivation as well. The moment they do from their own hands, they feel as if they can do by themselves. Otherwise, they won't be able to. That is why we say that this art integrated learning is saying, let the children do, let them do by their own hands. And the moment they do by their own hands, they learn better. It will give them motivation. They get more, you know, confident. And this is what the idea behind it, isn't it? Great. So here in this picture, beautifully children are, trying, and they are, and this is what the scenario we have in the classrooms as well, isn't it, teachers? They want to go for, the moment they see one of the exceeding child is trying, the the one who is not actually interested will come up in the front. And that is what the whole idea behind this art integrated learning. Great. So that was about the art integrated learning, why we are doing that learning, and previously was it there or not, and what are the different parameters. Now, question rises, rote learning. Now we have to understand where we are lacking. Yes, definitely. Children enjoy activities. Yes, true. So, rote learning is actually basic skill acquisition. Rote learners involve repetition and memorization of facts, which can be useful for basic skills such as letter recognition. Now again, my critical thinking is asking one question: that what do you think? So this repetition. What is the meaning of repetition nowadays, which we are using? What is repetition? What do you feel? The new word which we are using. Any teacher. Come on, teachers. We all are intelligent teachers here. What do you feel? What is the meaning of this word repetition? Nowadays, we are using it in other way, doing again and again. One word I'm actually asking. We have used that word in this session also. Practice, okay? Okay, I'm giving you hint. It is by the letter R only. Repetition, and it is again by the letter R only. Do some brainstorming. Think retention. Okay. Any other one who is nearby? Rote. Okay. Recognition. Repeat. Okay. What is reinforcement? What is recall? Recap. Okay. You are near to it. Recap. Reinforcement. Right. The clear word is reinforcement and recall. Okay. So your rote learning, when your rote learning is saying recall, reinforcement, so don't you think so that your Bloom's taxonomy is having the word recall from here only? Yes, everyone. We need to understand it. When we are talking about repetition, then your Bloom's taxonomy is also saying the same thing. Do recall, isn't it? Do reinforcement. So your rote learning is saying repetition. It means doing one thing again and again. And memorize it, which can be useful for basic skills such as letter recognition, number sequences, and simple vocabulary. Okay. So when you are teaching children in the classroom, I must tell you, you are somewhere using rote learning first, and then you are shifting towards the art integration. I hope teachers agree with it. First of all, you do rote learning only in the classroom, isn't it? When we think, when we assess ourselves, do self-assessment, that when you do introduce or whatever introduction of any topic, you use such recall facts, you use verbal language, you use memorization of facts, you say this is letter A, either you show picture or you show video, whatever, you do rote learning in the initial stage, and then you extend that learning to the art integration. I hope it is clear to everyone that how it is going hand in hand. We are not actually completely doing this art integrated learning, and we cannot say no to rote learning, because when we are saying something to the children, when we are repeating something in the circle time, tell me teachers, don't you repeat the rhymes with the children? Yes, it depends upon the topic. I agree with you. When you do circle time, you do the repetition of the concepts in the circle time. And your repetition is nothing but it is your somewhere rote learning. We do we do this. I don't know whether you do BG sessions or TPS. This is all having initial stage filled with rote learning. Rote learning is nothing but saying, repeated saying, memorizing certain things, recognition. It is coming under rote learning only. Then why we are saying that we are not doing rote learning? Rote learning is nothing but it is repetition, and there is no harm in doing that. It is a myth which we are carrying in our mind that nowadays we are not doing rote learning. I'm just putting a light on it, that how it goes. I hope you all are agreed with it. Any questions? Please do ask. Now, efficiency. In some cases, rote learning can be a quick and efficient way. We feel, isn't it? We all feel that this topic I have to do today and I need to do it quickly. Already 2-3 holidays were there and my complete lesson plan is disturbed and I will do it very quick. This is what the approach certain times we teachers have in our mind, isn't it? Tables. Yes, you have given the example, right? So in that case, quick and efficient way, especially useful for learning the things like alphabets, letters, phonics, and number facts. Now, I have taken a tag of phonics. What do you think, teacher? In phonics, do we do rote learning or activity based learning? Very interesting question. Come on, teachers. Come on, everyone. What do you feel? When we do phonics, we are doing activity based learning or we are doing rote learning? Okay, activity based learning, rote learning. Okay, both we do both. We do rote learning, activity based learning. Great. Okay. Okay. Okay, so those who have given particularly activity based learning, I want just one activity from their side to be in the chat box, that how they do phonics by activity based learning. Come on, share your knowledge with others as well. Rote learning gives us satisfaction that they have learned something in front of our eyes. Okay. My question is, what do you think? How we can do phonics by activity-based learning? Okay, using flashcards, stories, actions. Okay. Okay. No, for art integration, I mean doing drawing, painting, craft. Make sure what I am asking, basically. Action, singing, perfect. This is all repetition. This is all involved in that rote learning. I am asking the question related to art integration, how you will do phonics by art integration with the help of object flashcards. Okay. I am asking, I want to put emphasis on drawing. I want to put emphasis on painting, the words which I have used previously, and critical thinking. Okay. Starting from letter sound. Okay. So, how you teach them phonics? First of all, you teach letter or you teach sound? How you teach phonics? First letter or first sound? Sound first or letter first? Okay. Now this is the question. Sound first. Great.